So there's a lot on cap and share in that.
Richard Dout.
Doutwit, D-O-U-T-W-I-T-E. He's written a lot of things on ecological economics, the ecology of money. Growth Illusion is probably still his best. Because it's an empirical study, by the way, the growth illusion. It's an empirical study on the data of the British economy. So it's not a projection or an aspiration. So FASTA, I work very much with them.
I was just really interested in knowing whether in the debate around climate change, there's any focus on agriculture's contribution to climate change and in the UNFCCC process. And then just because, I mean, there seems to be a disintegration of the things that the UN is dealing with, like the women's thing is in this caucus over here, and then I just wondered if there's any attempt to pull together, like Miguel de Scotto's attempt to talk about the financial crisis, bring nations together to talk about the financial crisis with climate change. Like, is there any,
At Poznan's, it was just rhetoric. I mean, everyone, Ban Ki-moon came and he said we can't be diverted even with this, and here's a great opportunity for the green economy. I mean, the reality is, the stimulus packages around the world they're setting about returning the economy to the level of impact it had before the problem.
Right.
Well, that's hardly a good, that's hardly a good cure for an illness. It'd be like if you came into a doctor and you'd been drinking very heavily and you'd also been eating cakes and smoking, and the doctor said, your heart is in not great shape. And then I said, well, doctor, what should I do? Well, instead of drinking just a bottle of whiskey a day, why not drink 2? That's what they're saying to you. Or have more cakes.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes no sense. Now, there's a bit of a spin-off, which actually seduces a lot of green people. Say, oh, gee, we have a great chance of getting now some green technology and some R&D into green technology. So we'd kind of half buy the package as long as we're going to get a little bit ourselves. But ultimately, I think we're going to have to face the issue that this economy is destroying the planet. And more and more is becoming and like it's like Lord Stern saying, the longer you go before confronting that, the more destroyed individual ecosystems and habitats will be. And as I often say to people in the Philippines, like if they don't get trees back on the mountains within the next 20 years, if you're in the Philippines 20 years from now, if you want to find out what it will be like, go to Haiti today. You'll see it there. If you want to see what it'll be like 80 years from now, go to Malta, and you see have a look at the hills. There's nothing except rock there, because that's the way the earth works. And as I say, angels could be running the place then, and it wouldn't make any goddamn difference because it won't produce anything. So. To answer your question, will you see that as the process has gone on, they have brought in new aspects, and that's what's called the red. It's about forests and land degradation. So again, the research then came back. 1/20 or 18% of greenhouse gas emissions is actually from burning forests. So how are we going to address that? And they do it ham-fisted in many ways. Initially, they say, "Okay, we'll put money into to grow trees," and of course, this goes right into people. So we're going to monocrop a few trees out here and make money out of it. You see, and by the way, to do that effectively, we're going to burn down the tropical forest that has all the biodiversity in it.
Right.
So, like at least in Poznan's, they began to say, "Oh, we can't do that. We can't. We have to we have to be much more sophisticated." The group of 77 in China, particularly countries like the Philippines, are very strong on that. I mean, it's the only thing that will get the pterocarp forests back on the mountains of Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines. It's the only thing that would generate enough resources to do that. And in that sense, it would be very good. my great fear is, of course, is that they would put back eucalyptus, put back, which is what they, because you'll get a return for it in 15, 20 years,
That's not the problem.